Hey, bookkeeping friends. Are you a bookkeeper that is struggling to find clients? You're not alone, so stay tuned and we're going to talk about it. Hi, I'm Jonna and I'm the owner of LedgerLux Media, and I also create YouTube content to help you find your ideal client. So today, this is a huge video and this is going to include both in-person and online strategies because no one system fits everyone. So it all depends on who your ideal client is and where they hang out. So if you are someone that is going to focus on local businesses, you're going to do a lot of in-person networking. And if your target client, your ideal client, is online, so say they're an online business, an online retailer, or some type of online coach or course creator, then you're going to be focusing your attention and your marketing efforts online because that's where these people are hanging out. So make sure you listen until the end because I'm going to be sharing with you 2 super helpful free tools that will help you stand out, whether it's online or in person, and help you get your ideal client. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first, we're going to talk about in-person strategies. And the first one is networking events. So you're going to research your local chambers of commerce and your local BNI groups and try and join those so that you can get your name out there and you want to attend the in-person events. So what you really should do is when you're preparing for these events, you're going to need an elevator pitch. So here's an example, and I'm just going to read this to you of something I came up with. So hi, I'm Jonna, and I help landscaping businesses stay on top of their finances so they can focus on growing their business. I specialize in working with landscapers, so I understand the unique challenges in managing seasonal income, tracking expenses, and staying compliant with tax regulations. So that's just a quick little summary of what you do. So practice that in the mirror, practice that on camera, and memorize it. So you can just be right there when you're networking with someone and they say, what do you do? This is what you do. So you'll sound super polished if you practice it. I know it sounds silly and you're going to probably feel uncomfortable doing it, but definitely have an elevator speech. And that's going to be useful whether you're at a networking event or you're at a family gathering and people are like, oh, what are you doing? And you can say, oh, this is what I do. So it'll help you, and it'll help you be more confident if you have that ready to go. So the other thing that I want to mention to you is you really want to focus on building relationships and not just selling your services. So you want to find out what your ideal client's challenges are and talk about them, have them talk about their business, have them talk about themselves, and develop a relationship, because building a relationship will build trust. And you want to definitely have your business cards with you when you're attending networking events. So this is the first free tool that I'm going to mention to you, and it's Blink. It's an app for your phone. I believe they have it for both iPhone and Android phones. It's Blink, so search that up in your app store. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. And this is a really cool tool because it's a virtual business card. So you can upload your photo, you can upload all your contact information, your website. It gives you a QR code. And the really cool thing about this, and this is what I loved when I worked in real estate, is I can share my business card with you. What's your cell phone number? So you get their cell phone number and you send them the card through Blink, and then they get your business card and they can automatically add you to their contacts, and then you in turn get their cell phone, you get their contact information, which is so cool because now you can follow up with them. And maybe you might want to say, oh, I have this really cool resource for you, and maybe it's a tax prep checklist or something that might help them financially with their business. What's the best email for me to send it to you? Now they send you their email because they met you, they remember you, they're in their phone, and you can now have their email address and you can follow up with them on a weekly basis. And just send them a quick newsletter, send them a bookkeeping tip, send them something that they would find valuable information, and you build trust, you build a relationship with them, through email marketing. So that's kind of combining your online and your in-person strategies, which is super powerful to build relationships. Strategy would be leveraging your referrals and word of mouth. So if you already have a client or two, you're going to reach out to them and you're going to request a referral from them. And that can just be something, a quick, friendly email that you're going to send to your clients or even your past clients. Say you just did a cleanup for someone and they're super happy with your work. Send them an email and ask them for a referral. Do you know anyone else that would need my services? And you'd be surprised how many people, because when you're referring someone, think about it. When you are referring someone, say someone says, oh, what's the best pizza restaurant in town? And they go onto a local Facebook group. What's the best pizza restaurant in town? Everyone wants to share their opinion because everyone wants to be that cool person that is sharing, their secret place, their favorite place. And so people will refer you out. You just have to ask. They're not going to think of it off the top of their head. Oh yeah, I should send, John a referral. No. And you ask for their contact information when you ask for that referral. So, oh great, what's your, could you give me their email address, or could you give me their phone number so I could follow up with them? So that's really helpful. And word of mouth is such a great way to gain clients. So the third in-person strategy that you can use to find bookkeeping clients is to partner with other professionals. So if you have a CPA that does your taxes, you can ask them, hey, do any of your clients need bookkeeping help? So I know I worked on a project with a CPA. She's nowhere near me. I'm on the East Coast. She's on the West Coast. But we collaborated. We worked on some projects together. And now she actually hires me to get her clients' books ready for her to do their taxes, because she doesn't really want to, it's not really worthwhile, and she has to charge a lot more money than I as a bookkeeper. I'm not a CPA, but you'd be surprised the rates that CPAs charge. But so as a bookkeeper, my rates are lower than hers. So she will subcontract me out. She will send me their QuickBooks file, and I will catch it up, clean it up, and get it ready for her to file the taxes. It's super helpful for her. So, and because she knows that everything's reconciled, that everything's recorded correctly, and she can just go ahead and just file the taxes. She appreciates it. I appreciate the extra business. So it works out really well. So, collaborating with complementary businesses like CPAs, financial planners are another great source of referrals, and because they have people that come in, small business owners that are setting up their IRAs, or not IRAs, well, IRAs, and their retirement plans. And they might need a bookkeeper for their business. So it's always a good idea to know a financial planner that might refer you out. Another one is actually mortgage brokers. So a mortgage originator. I used to be in real estate, and I used to sell real estate. And so I knew some mortgage, I had my favorites, of course. And I told them that when I started my bookkeeping business that I was getting out of real estate, I was starting bookkeeping, if they had any clients that needed help, because they deal with that. They get the people applying for a mortgage, and they don't have financial statements to prove their income. They're self-employed, and if they're a landscaper, a house painter, a hairdresser, whatever the case may be, they're self-employed, they're applying for a mortgage, and it's so much harder to get a mortgage when you're self-employed. You really need to have strong financial statements in order to get that mortgage, and in order to, the bank's not going to lend you money just because you say you earn $100,000 a year. They want to see it. So it helps out a lot if they can refer a bookkeeper. Okay, well, can you get their books caught up so that they, or can you get their books online and get some financial statements so that they can, get approved for a mortgage. So I've gotten referrals that way, not for monthly bookkeeping, but definitely for cleanups and catch-ups. So that's a good That's a good source of business as well. And the other thing is if you have a set niche that you're in, be it house painters, landscapers, whatever, hairdressers, you could consider attending industry specific events for those people. And you could even maybe set up a table and hand out your cards and hand out a brochure and network with people that way. Because if you have a specialty, if you have a niche, then people are going to feel more comfortable with you because you know their industry. So that's my last tip for that. And this is the simplest method of all. My fourth tip is whenever you visit a small business, whenever you utilize a service provider, you can just mention to them that you have a bookkeeping business. I went to a local nursery the other day to buy some plants, and I mentioned to her, we struck up a conversation. It's a great idea to just talk to people. I know a lot of bookkeepers, myself included, I can tend to be a little bit introverted. So if you visit a local business and that you strike up a conversation, you hit it off with this person, just mention to them, hey, if you ever need any help with your bookkeeping or your QuickBooks, I'm your girl, or I'm your guy. So, and just, give them a business card or send them your virtual card, which is even way cooler. You look so like tacky, and it's the easiest thing in the world to set up. Blink, totally recommend it. Free, totally recommend it, totally get it. So that's my last tip, is just to talk to people when you're utilizing their services or visiting their business, and offer up your services. So that's my last in-person tip. Let's talk about online strategies now. First thing that I would totally recommend, and if you don't have one, you should really consider getting one, is getting yourself a professional website. And I taught myself, I created my own website, both the one for Ledger Lux Media and the one for Peerless Bookkeeping. I created them both from scratch. I bought my domain from GoDaddy. I bought some web hosting from GoDaddy, and then I used WordPress to create my site. They're very simple sites. They're not elaborate. You don't need an elaborate site. You don't need, in my opinion, you don't need someone to set up your site for you professionally or to host your site. It's going to add up to a lot of fees in the end. And what you basically need is a way for someone to contact you, a place to say what services you provide, and also a blog section on your website is super powerful because it will show your expertise and it will maybe help someone in the long run. So if they have a specific question about, say, how to read a balance sheet, or what should they be looking at on their profit and loss, that kind of thing. If you have a blog post that they can read, they'll say, oh, this person knows what they're talking about. They may utilize your information, but then when they run into some trouble or they need some help, they're going to remember that your website helped them, and they're going to maybe reach out to see if you could provide them the service that they need. So another thing that you might want to include on your website is testimonials, because everyone likes to read the reviews, right? You go onto Amazon, you're thinking about buying, a patio set, and you want to read the reviews, make sure it's comfortable and make sure it's easy to put together. So everyone's all about the reviews nowadays. Testimonials, case studies, and a clear call to action on your website will serve you well. And then you're gonna have your blog post. And here's another pro tip, and here's my second free tool for you to use. And that is, you're going to use SEO, which is search engine optimization, in order to get your website found. And SEO will help you optimize it so that people that are searching for bookkeeping services can find you easily. And the free tool that I'm going to recommend is Yoast. It's YOAST. It's a plugin for WordPress, and what it does is it analyzes your blog post. So it will tell you need to have a focus keyword, you need to have a slug, you need to have a meta description, and also a featured image on your blog post. And then it'll analyze your actual post for readability and give you some tips on how to optimize your blog post so that it will get found. So Yoast, totally recommend it. I've been using it for years, and that's my second free tool. So now my next tip, after you create your website, is you're going to leverage your social media platforms. So you want to find out where your clients are hanging out. So it might be LinkedIn. If you are providing a business to business service, and LinkedIn is really the place to be. It's a social media website, and people go there with the intention of doing business. So you can go there, you can search, find people in your business. Say it's real estate, say you want to get involved with real estate developers. So you're going to search up real estate developers maybe in your area, or real estate investors in your area, and you're going to request a connection with them, and you can send them a message at the same time that you're requesting the connection. Just say, oh yeah, I'm a bookkeeper, and if you ever need any help with your QuickBooks or bookkeeping, let me know and I'll be happy to help. Something quick, something friendly. You don't want to be spamming people. You don't want to be messaging people constantly, especially people that you aren't connected with. So the first step would be to connect with them. And the second step, the second thing I'm going to recommend is you're going to share helpful tips. You're going to share helpful tips related to bookkeeping on your social media platforms. So whether it be LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, you can just go onto these sites, create your Canva graphics. I recommend Canva. Oh, that's a third tool that you can use is Canva for creating really cool social media graphics. So create your graphic. I find that the square size post 1080 by 1080 works the best because it works on all the platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. So create your graphic there, come up with some hashtags and a caption, maybe throw in some emojis to get a little extra interest there. And you're going to share your helpful tips, tax planning, finance. That'll position yourself as an expert. Next online tip I have for you is to utilize online marketplaces and freelancing platforms. So the first one that comes to mind for me is Upwork. Upwork is a place where employers will go to post gigs, and that could be anything from website design, social media management, to bookkeeping. There are a ton of bookkeeping jobs on Upwork. So one thing that I recommend is to definitely check out Upwork's free online training. They have some great tips for you as far as setting up your resume, as far as creating a quick cover letter that goes with your resume, and they call it a proposal. So you propose your requested fee. It's usually an hourly fee, and it's a great place to find work, especially like those cleanup, catch-up jobs. And now's the time because the end of the year is approaching quickly. We're in quarter 4 right now. And now's the time that people start to think, oh my goodness, my books are a mess. I can't get my taxes filed. It's going to be a disaster. So they might, I've seen a lot more activity on Upwork lately. So, definitely a great place to check. One other thing that you can do is come up with some kind of a informational sheet. I share with them my new client guide. So I upload that when I apply for a job as well. So that's a good place to find things. Now, Upwork has become a bit more pay to play of a platform. So if you want to apply to a lot of jobs, you're going to have to buy some credits from them. It can get a little pricey, so you're going to want to make sure that you either, if you're going to sign up for their pro plan, which includes a certain number of credits per month, you're going to want to make sure that you are using those credits up and that you are applying for jobs to make it worthwhile. And there are a lot of bookkeepers, there are a lot of people searching for work on Upwork. So you really need, it is a numbers game. So you are going to need to probably pay for some connects, I believe they call them. Another place that you can go is Fiverr. You can, advertise your work on Fiverr as a QuickBooks expert, or if you use Xero, whatever the platform that you use, you know, position yourself as an expert in that software, and post your work online and on Fiverr. You never know, people might contact you for a cleanup or a catch up through Fiverr. So another tip for you for using these is you're going to optimize your keywords. So whatever your niche may be, you want to definitely include that with your keywords, with your clear service descriptions, and also some client reviews. And you're going to need to apply for these jobs regularly. It is a numbers game, and apply for some small jobs first so that you can start to build your reputation on these platforms. The algorithm is going to favor people that have positive reviews on their site. So definitely something to consider. And like I said, I always send my new client guide with my application on Upwork. I haven't used Fiverr myself personally. I know some other people that have gotten jobs through Fiverr. So the next online strategy that I have for you is email marketing and cold outreach. So email marketing, you're going to be looking to build your email list. And as I mentioned in the first section, with the in-person strategies, if you obtain someone's email address, definitely add them to your email list and contact them, reach out to them on a regular basis. Another way to get people's email address is by offering a freebie. They're called lead magnets, and it could be something as simple as a tax prep checklist. So things that your potential client may need in order to get their taxes filed. So once you have someone's email address, you're going to send them I would recommend weekly newsletter, and you're going to send them something that is value packed. So something that they're going to look forward to opening. And usually what I include in my emails is some kind of an inspirational quote or some kind of an inspirational post type of thing. Because for our small business owners, it does get lonely when you're a small business owner. So knowing someone that's in your corner and rooting for you can kind of make someone smile for the day. So some kind of an inspirational post, and then some kind of a valuable tip that you could share with them, and then a friendly reminder that you provide bookkeeping services and that you could help them out tremendously, save them time, save them money, and all the things. So a little pitch at the end of your email. And you're going to follow up persistently. So as with everything, consistency is key. So you definitely want to make sure that you're following up with these people consistently, and showing up in their email so they don't wonder who you are when you email them 6 months later. So consistency, definitely. And that is my bonus tip. One of my bonus tips is be consistent, whether it's social media, whether it's in-person networking, whether it's email marketing. You need to be consistent. You need to show up every day, and you need to be consistent. My next bonus tip, build relationships. Don't just be this hard salesperson. Even if you're on LinkedIn where everyone is looking to do business, don't be so pushy and say, oh, buy my services, I'm great. You don't want to be that hard salesperson. You definitely want to build relationships, share tips, share inspirational quotes, things like that people will enjoy reading. And by doing that, you're going to build some trust, you're going to build relationships. And you want to definitely stay current, and that means stay on top of trends in social media. Stay current with regulations in whatever niche that you're involved in, and definitely take advantage of holidays and national days, national events when you're posting on social media. So you want to maybe do a Halloween, like a fun Halloween type post. You might want to do, a thankful post around Thanksgiving, something else around the holidays, New Year's. Definitely tax time is something that you want to concentrate on. Tax deadlines, sharing tax deadlines with your social media followers is great. All those kinds of things. to keep current and to look fresh. So if you enjoyed this, definitely give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to leave you, this is going to be part of a playlist, so I encourage you to watch some of my other videos in that playlist to get more tips and tricks on how to put yourself out there as a bookkeeper and how to gain clients. Thanks for watching.